We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blab. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and of course, SidescrollersPlus.com. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. It is Hump Day. We're hanging out in the middle of the day with you, and we're glad you're with us today. We got a big day for you guys, and Blabs is here to tell you about all the celebrities you don't care about. Hello, Blabs.
Hi, I'm actually not here to tell them about. I was just telling you an Arch, which just went right over your heads. And I blame you. You brought it up, so.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
You literally said who's Bellatrix, just out of the blue.
Well, I will tell you who Bellatrix is in just a second.
Oh, yeah?
Right?
You'll tell me? Okay.
I
Please
will.
do.
I'm going to tell you why I asked that question. But first and foremost, let's introduce our friend we get to say hi to every 2 weeks here on Wednesdays. It's Arch. Hello, Arch.
Hello. My camera's dead.
Oh.
Hello.
You know, maybe you should put an avatar of you up, perhaps. Just like
like really disappointed or something.
Yeah, you know, maybe just a picture. That'd be good, you know?
I have a picture of myself as a cat. Does that count?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, absolutely.
Kitty cat Arch. Meow.
Meow. All right. Well, let's see if Arch actually
He
does.
is a brony, which is like a subcategory of a furry.
Arch is a brony?
Yeah. This is like big lore. I feel like you miss this every single time, but yeah, Arch is a brony.
You're in the My Little Pony, Arch?
I have a horse avatar too.
See? Where have you been, Craig?
Mentally somewhere else. It's
Somewhere far away from the brony.
Crazy. Yes. Okay. Arch, you're into the My Little Pony world?
I will happily defend MLP because I watched it a few years ago. There goes the cat. Because I'd be like, no, MLP is obviously gay for little girls. I'm not going to watch this. But I was going to do it for a April's Fool's lore video. And so I watched it, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is better than 90% of the slop we get these days.
Arch, you make me sick.
It teaches valuable lessons about friendship and racism.
Oh, good. That's good.
The bugs look different than us, therefore they are evil.
Okay, well, now we know. I was not thinking like that, but I'm glad that you can bring that to my attention, Arch. Appreciate that. I feel like we should just put his little...
Yeah, put the cat in the middle.
Little cat in the middle. All right, nice. Well, I'm glad you're with us today, you and your brony self, Arch, which is great. Just loving that MLP over there. That's good. How's everything going in your world? I've been watching all your videos like always.
Well, very little. It's Norway. It's nothing ever happens here. I think Blabs is my camera dying and Blabs bringing up random people that I've never heard about. Those are the highlights of today.
Well, let's talk about this for a second because we had a 5-minute conversation pre-show.
I feel like we really need to start recording those just for shits and giggles.
I think this would be kind of fun if we during our pre-show we just were streaming to Plus and Plus only, so people can see the interactions that happened before the show.
I think behind the scenes,
like the pre-show shenanigans are pretty on point. So. Anyways, this whole thing started because I asked Blabs who Bellatrix is. And the reason I asked you, Blabs, is because I saw your tweet here that just said, should I? And said, maybe I should cosplay as Bellatrix.
Well, dude, I have the crazy hair and the big eyes and everything. I'm like, maybe I should.
Okay. So My only okay. The reason I brought this up, Labs, is because is it easy as a woman to just stare at the camera and occasionally
It's pretty
smile?
easy. Pretty easy. Just go ding.
Is it pretty easy to make that content?
I mean, I literally I took that photo video 5 seconds last night, and then I forgot about it until this morning. I was like, oh yeah, here.
Yeah,
So-
but so I mean, it is you totally understand how like what a cheat code it is to be a woman, right? Online.
On the internet, it has
Yeah.
its pros and its cons.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean,
Yes.
just that whole video is 6 seconds long.
Correct.
And you did.
I'm showing off that I could totally pull off a Bellatrix, and you're like, who the hell's Bellatrix? And I'm like, Bellatrix Lestrange. And if you
Yeah.
know that, if you watched more than 10 minutes of Harry Potter, and I was like, played by Helena Bonham Carter, who's a fantastic British actress, and these two are like, whoosh, who? And I'm like, she was in like everything.
Yeah.
She was basically almost every like Tim Burton movie because she was married to him.
That's great, Labs. It's good.
Whatever, man. You know, the
Yeah.
chat's gonna know who she is. It's fine.
Yeah. So, anyways, when are your feet pics going up online?
Is this what you saw? And you're like, you know what? Yeah, when?
The chat wants to know.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Oh my god, that's funny. Anyways, we're glad you're with us today on this wonderful Wednesday. It is Hump Day, and we have a lot going on. We're glad you're with us. We have some wonderful goals. We're trying to, like we mentioned, now we're going to be doing trying some new things with the show here over the next little bit. Yesterday we ran some ads. Still don't know kind of what that looks like. We're not going to run any ads today, guys. So we're just, we need a sample of A and B, right? We have plenty of samples there from the no ads, but I do want to see how it compares. And today our title is just kind of like, well, we're straight up ripping off Asmongold, if I'm being totally honest with you. We've taken this format and we put it in the title because writing titles every day is really freaking hard. So anyways, we took that and we'll see how it goes today. But it is a big day. It truly is. And even tomorrow we have a bigger day because we have a big announcement tomorrow. We had a big announcement yesterday. We have a big last week. We have a big announcement tomorrow. So we're glad you guys are hanging out with us today. And once again, this big announcement has to do with Side Scrollers Plus, and we look forward to you guys joining us over there. So please join us. We have Blabs ate some tacos while she was down in Texas last time, and she's going to. They weren't full.
They were not good tacos.
They were San Diego tacos. They weren't Texas tacos. So
made me sad.
Yeah.
There was something good that I liked in there. So don't worry, guys. There is some positivity.
Yeah. So, anyways, and yesterday we had Blabs versus Super Mario Brothers 3, which was quite possibly. If you watch the full unedited version over on Plus, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It is like going on a fucking roller coaster with no safety gear.
Some people think it's a bit. It's not. I promise.
No, you can't fake what she does.
No,
you can't fake it. But the unedited version of Blabs versus Mario 3, like I'm telling you, we need to do a full live stream from beginning to end. Blabs. You start it, you do not finish Mario 3 until it's done. And like
you don't finish it until it's done. That's how it works,
No, I mean like a stream. Like you start one morning at like 8 a.m.
24 hours to play a game? Absolutely not. I can never survive.
That's the point.
Why would you do that to me? I'll just be falling asleep in front of the
So
screen.
good. It'd be so good, Blast. You would love it. And you'd get past that. Trust me, it'd be spectacular. Anyways, and yeah, that's what we got going on. So we have a lot of big things coming up. So we're glad you're with us today. So let's get into it. We always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. Arch, do you want to help guess the games that Blast put on Today in Gaming History with me? Because I did not see it.
Hitman.
Hitman? Is Hitman on the list today? Was it released today? Hitman?
I like how he just randomly pulls a name. He's like, this one.
You're right. Now I have an entire list here. I'm gonna go with. I saw one immediately because you had a giant boner for this game, which it failed. X Defiant.
Badly.
Yeah. 1 year ago, X Defiant launched,
and just like it's already ended.
It's dead.
You have terrible taste.
I didn't. Okay, Craig's lying. I didn't have a big boner for it. I was just excited for something else that was an FPS shooter game that was not Call of Duty. That looked promising, so I was very excited for it. I did not shill it out though. I was critical.
You did. You shilled it out to me. You said you gotta play the
I said you
game.
gotta try it. I didn't. That's not shilling. That's saying, hey man, try this game. Do you know the difference?
Did you maybe pay it with my time to play that game? No, I actually never played it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Team Sonic Racing. No. Yeah, I'm gonna say Team Sonic Racing for you. And what was it? Was that a lamb?
I was mimicking you. You're like, yeah.
Did a lamb just blabs? Lamb blabs showed up. And let's go with, I don't know, Game Boy Wars.
All right, well, let's see. Game Boy Wars was released in Japan in 1994. We have Lost Kingdoms 2, released in 2003. And then, actually, I should rather say Lost Kingdoms 1-1, or I, released in 2003. And then X Defiant is sadly just 1 year old today and basically already out of commission.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Well, the most noticeable game that you missed today was definitely Sonic Team Racing from the 6 years ago, for sure. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, and pretty light lifting today. If there is Fast and Furious Showdown for the Wii U and 3DS.
No, I'm good.
The Penny Arcade Adventures, that was kind of a big deal when they released that. Do you even know who Penny Arcade is?
Was this something to do with Pennywise?
No, it has nothing in it.
I got nothing.
Do you know who Penny Arcade is?
Abortion.
What?
It's not accurate. What?
Wasn't they the one who did the abortion thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was those the other ones? No, those were the other ones.
So Penny Arcade was no Penny Arcade. Maybe this lines up to what story was what Arch was talking about here. Maybe they did something about this. I don't know. But Penny Arcade was one of the biggest web comics in the early 2000s, the early aughts. And they are the people that started Penny Arcade Expo, or PAX. So they had PAX East, PAX West. At one point, they tried to scale to like PAX Australia and PAX Europe and stuff. Never quite worked out. But PAX East and PAX West are still going strong, and they house a lot of mentally ill people every year that go to their convention. It's really great. So it's a big gaming. It's a customer facing event. It has like 100,000 people that go to both events every year. It's huge. It's massive. So people
it's really nothing to do with what Arch just said.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with abortions.
People still read webcomics?
No, they don't anymore.
Good.
No, they won't. But it's funny because I don't even know. I haven't been to Penny Arcade in a long time. I spoke with a long time ago. PennyArcade.com doesn't even go to anywhere. Hold on. Penny Arcade. Oh, it's Penny-Arcade. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, they actually still have a comic. That's interesting. So, but yeah, they had their own game a long time ago. They did very well for themselves for a long time. And I'm sure they're still going great because they got the Penny Arcade Expo and such. So anyways, yeah, they're out of product of Washington. So it's exactly what you'd expect them to be. So Steve came in and says, late in Arch. Listen, just because he likes My Little Pony doesn't mean he's gay. All right. Just throwing it out there.
There are canonically no gay ponies.
That's not very progressive.
Again, this is why I like it. It's not very progressive.
Even Rainbow Dash? I know Rainbow Dash has the rainbow tail.
Yeah, but that's just because she goes fast.
Is that the idea? Okay.
Yeah, because Rainbow's so speedy or something.
Yeah. So back when I was running Screw Attack, we had this show called Death Battle, which then took over the brand after I left. And a Rainbow Dash My Little Pony episode of Death Battle was like one of the most requested things. I don't even remember who Rainbow Dash fought in it, but it was a massive episode. It was huge. And I remember them doing all this stupid research about it. It was silly. Anyways, My Little Pony lore. Who would have thought? Bentley came in and says, hey, side scrollers in chat. Wanted to give a quick shout out for Lady Desiree as she's trying to win a cash prize from Kick after the show. Y'all should go check her out. She shreds on piano and can read. Thanks, Bentley. Appreciate it. Yes. You know what? Well, let's do that. Let's go send everybody to Dez's channel over on Kick. If you guys want to go watch her over on Kick, really what she's trying to do, she was explaining it to us. She's streaming a bunch because they're giving away like $50,000 to their creators over on Kick for people who are streaming for a long time and have a lot of watch hours. So if you want to go over there and spend like 20 minutes and just like, I don't know, you don't even have to have a Kick account, just watch her. Be great. So yes, let's do that. Let's send some love over to Des, which by the way, you're going to hear more about Des here on Side Scrollers very, very soon. Dave says, what dish does a rancher like to make during bull testing season? A beef stroganoff. Hey, bada boom! Thanks, Dave. Nate says, please read this. YouTube won't let me insult you. Not that I would, but just saying. Well, that's okay. Listen, thank you, Nate. Appreciate your insulting behavior. And yeah, that's okay. If you listen, we only take positive comments here on the show. We all understand that, right, Blabs?
Right.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Glad you're with us today. Spread the word. Do us a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate it. Like genuinely, we would love for you guys to hit the thumbs up button. And whenever you guys are about to roll out, give us like 5 more minutes. We'd really appreciate that. Look at that graphic on screen. It just popped right up on the bottom when I said that. Blabs, you're on fire today.
I pressed the button.
Way to go. You killing it. All right, let's get into it, friends. I'm going to press another button because it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Arch, we have controversy, which Blabs has been waiting for you to come on for you to specifically address these 2 things. So let's start with this first one. Arch, are you ready to address this controversy?
I did not have relations with that woman.
Let's start with this one then.
Oh.
Okay, very nice. Arch, would you have relations with this woman? Arch.
Another woman. Right, so immediately I'm noticing 3 blinking red lights.
Yes.
1, that is an awful lot of makeup, but it's all designed to try and look natural. This is warning sign number 1.
Mm-hmm.
2, that is one fuck of a jaw. It's warning sign number 3. And warning sign number 3 is that is a very bright filter. Now, taken in isolation, neither one of these is necessarily a big deal. Combined, however, it makes me look for an Adam's apple.
I need a Venn diagram on our show just so we can. Yeah, I do. I need a Venn diagram maker on this. Okay, so
wait, you didn't think that the false flag though is that in this screenshot, one boob looks tremendously bigger than the other.
No, all boobs are worthy of love, even the smaller and the big ones and the mismatched ones.
Good to know.
Not wrong.
Even the ones that may or may not be attached to men can be seen as a de facto upgrade.
Interesting. Okay. So, okay, just so we're clear, Arch, I found smartdraw.com. Okay, here we are. Okay. So Arch, your three red flags are what? You said the big jaw.
Yes, massive jaw.
Massive jaw. And then the other one was really bright lighting.
Yep. It drowns
Okay.
out the Adam's apple.
Okay. And then what was the third one?
Loads of makeup.
Loads of makeup. All right. So, let's see. So in the Venn diagram, if we're looking from loads of makeup over bright light, could be like, like
that could still be a woman. That could simply just be goth girl, for example.
Yeah, that's kind of like after a couple beers, right? Maybe, just potentially, just throwing out some ideas. Big jaw and loads of makeup. Maybe had like a jaw issue, perhaps. Maybe got hurt. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. The big jaw is probably the biggest one. Let's just be real, right?
The big jaw is difficult to get around. Yes.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Okay, so Blabs, I don't know your thoughts on the idea of the big jaw and the loads of makeup here. What could potentially be just like maybe maybe a woman, you know?
Femboy.
right. All right. So we got that there, and the big jaw and the bright light. You know, maybe she's just
Maybe she's just big boned.
You know,
big jaw. Like, look at Margot Robbie. All right, that woman has one fuck of a jaw, and yet is still feminine.
I got it. It's Brock Lesnar's kid.
Yeah, there's scales here.
Yeah, it's definitely Brock Lesnar's child. It's this one right here, and on the crossover there, and then but here on the Venn diagram, I mean, 100%, it's a trap, right? We all understand that.
It's a trap.
Right?
It's a man.
Right, or just dude. You know, I think just dude.
That's a dude.
Right. So like, if we're doing the Venn diagram, which I love the Venn diagram, right? So if you take the big jaw and the big light, loads of makeup, when they all cross over, you got yourself a dude right here, right?
Yep. Almost always.
So there we go. I think we've locked in thanks to smartdraw.com and the Venn diagram. This is the clear way to describe.
Well, I had to double check who Brock Lesnar was, and I do agree. He's got a massive jaw.
Oh, you should see his daughter.
Oh, let me look. Okay, hang on. Brock Lesnar's
look it up on X.
daughter.
Yeah.
Poor thing. Oh no, that's just the dude with the wig on.
Pull it up. Like,
oh, hang on. Let me open this in a new thing. Oh my god, zoom in for her. Woo! Okay.
Brock Lesnar's daughter, which by the way, she would beat my ass.
That she would beat us all up.
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't she like an? Yeah, no, she is. Holy shit! I knew I'd seen her before. She's like a tossing ball expert. I don't know what that's called.
She's excellent at tossing balls. No, she is a spitting. There's zero doubt that's Brock Lesnar's child.
Damn.
But she professionally tosses balls or spheres.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy
here
things.
She is. Here,
yeah, shot put.
Here you go. We got her tossing balls here.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, really impressive. So, anyways, going back to our Venn diagram, right? Like Brock Lesnar's daughter, definitely a woman, right? Look at how happy and vibrant she is. That's great. But she is on the top of said Venn diagram here. We found it. Big jaw and bright light. So there we are, right there. Anyways, back to the original video. We have this. So this dude doesn't understand why straight people don't want to or dudes don't want to date him. So here we are. Let's see what maybe Arch will change your mind here.
This video is for straight men and straight men only.
Why do they always sound like that?
They all
Because
sound
it's
the
a man
same.
putting on a female accent.
And they all have the same personality and everything too.
I'm sorry, but how in the world could you not like me? Yes, I'm a trans woman. I'm a doll. Like, what is so different about dating me than a cis woman? I can do everything that she can.
I know.
Except take a dick, I guess.
Yeah, there's one giant glaring thing that she has.
It's funny. He can do everything I can, right? Right.
A dick.
Thank you, Obama's brother.
Thanks, shout out Malik.
Let's go, Malik. Anyway, so Arch, would you?
Yeah, would you?
I'm generally not into men. They need to be at least smaller.
Oh?
Okay, there you go.
Wait. What? You didn't hear what he just said?
I did. It's a joke.
Listen, if they're smaller, theoretically, they can at least be domination play in the picture. I can justify this to myself.
Oh my god.
But look, her head is scraping the top of that car. She's fucking massive. If she steps out of that car, it's just going to be...
She's got to be like... Hey Arch, how's it going? Just like,
Exactly. Look,
Towering
the
over
top of
you.
her head is hitting the car. She's fucking huge.
Maybe he's in a smart car or something. So it's like,
Maybe. All right. Well, people are gonna watch this show and they're gonna be like, all you do, like, you're talking about transphobic. No. Here's the thing: we're treating everybody equally, right? We kick each other in the balls all day long, so we're gonna kick everybody else in the balls. So get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. You want to be equal? Let's be equal about it. All right. Let's make fun of everybody and the fucking dude who doesn't understand why people don't want to play with his dick.
yeah, and why he's got one boob bigger than the other. Like, it's vastly noticeable.
I mean, it's noticeable for you.
What you're telling me? Look at the one on his left is a lot smaller than the one on his right.
Hey, Blabs.
Look at that. You're telling me that's not noticeable?
Blabs, his shirt is so stupid. His shirt with his pearl necklace is open a little bit more to the right, Blabs. It doesn't make the boob as big.
If you say so.
May just be angles, Blabs. I don't know.
It's all about the angles.
Anyways.
One bigger than the other.
It's all perspective. Ghost Rider came in, says, I think big tech never takes dystopian warning seriously because they're more concerned about loss of progress than human losses at large. Thanks, Ghost Rider. Yeah, we're going to get into how AI is going to just totally dominate us here very, very soon. Drop Barracuda says, on all fours, she looked like she has 6 legs.
Oh, dear.
Stephen Miller says, hey, Blabs,
Hey.
have you thought about my proposal? You beat
For
World
what?
1 in Super Mario Brothers 3, and Craig must eat a taco with cucumbers and carrots. If you lose, you must go eat at Olive Garden.
No, because this isn't a fair thing. I'm terrible at Mario, so
Yeah,
no.
it's called Get Good, Scrub.
I don't want to go to Olive Garden. I'm not a
Ian
peasant.
says, this is the same Venn diagram that the UK Supreme Court studied. There it is. This is it, huh? This is the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, good. Now we know.
Everybody in the Supreme Court was like, "Yep, fair."
I'm having some serious formatting issues here.
With Brock Lesnar, I get
Brock
it.
Lesnar's child over here. I want to make sure that it's centered, but the text, whatever, we'll figure it out. But maybe I'll take a screenshot of that and put it over on X so everybody can see.
Oh my God! Imagine if Brock Lesnar's child comes after you. It's like, what do you mean?
I got no beef with
ties.
Yeah, right. I have no beef with Brock Lesnar or Brock Lesnar's child. I want Brock Lesnar's child to be wildly successful. As a matter of fact, I have let you know that with big jaw and bright light, that Brock Lesnar's kid is in fact a woman. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I got no beef with Brock Lesnar, and if I did, he'd literally kill me.
Yeah.
Well, I have no
Just
issue.
sit on you. Done.
I would be sent to Suplex City so fast, and then my neck would be broken. And for that,
everybody loves them.
I love Brock Lesnar's child.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful young woman. Rob Barracuda says, don't be mean. Oh, crap. Never mind. That guy Gus says, none of y'all will ever beat Robert Zadar in a jog contest. Also, not going to lie, ball tosser's kind of hot. Okay, thanks.
Oh my God! What is this man? Whoa! Hang on. We're sharing information here. Look at this. What the?
Wow!
Fuck?
What a jaw! Robert Zadar.
Yeah.
He's got to have some sort of issue, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Wow. Some giganticism or something? That is spectacular.
That is a jar, all right.
Wow. How does that happen?
Deformation?
Man, that's crazy. Good for him.
I mean, he's dead, so.
Oh, no. Bad for him. Rough stuff. Sorry about that, bud.
Yeah, it said dead at 64. And this was back in 2015. He died over a decade ago.
Well, he had the best jaw in the world ever. Thanks, Drop Barracuda. And Cormel says, mini filters on IG and TikTok. He probably looks different. Right. Right. Drop says, if he's on top, is it still cowgirl? I don't know these answers, Drop Barracuda. John says, so, Chris.
That's not how it works.
I don't know. John says, sorry to burst your bubble, Craig, but Weird Al is in My Little Pony and actually marries one of the ponies in the TV show. Wait, Weird Al marries a pony?
Yep.
And, okay, all right.
That's
Which episode was that, Arch?
I don't know, but I think his name was Cheese Sandwich or something.
Okay. All right. Now we know. Now we know. All right. So part 2 of the important questions that we need to ask you today, Arch. Blabs was holding on to this. This is courtesy. Yes, this is courtesy of the BBC, which Blabs knows means
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
No,
the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes, absolutely. Please guide us through this, Blabs.
Right, so there's like this giant controversy going on in New Zealand where a big ass dinosaur sculpture has been erected. And I'm using that word as a joke. Anyway, the controversy is a lot of people are saying it's fucking ugly, and a lot of people are saying it's gorgeous. So I want Arch's opinion on this beautiful dinosaur statue in New Zealand.
Yeah, I can see both sides of this. On the one hand, it looks like a balloon animal, which is not good.
It does, yeah. Yeah. I hear that.
On the other, it's not a giant bronze statue of a black woman, so my standard for ugly statues has changed, I guess.
It's true. We have different standards for statues. They do dinosaurs. We do overweight women in the United States, which is good. So I'm sorry. Why did we hold on to this for Arch?
I just felt like asking Arch's opinion.
Okay.
That was really it.
Arch, you a big dinosaur fan?
No.
No? Oh man, we had great dinosaur talk the other day.
We did last Wednesday.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur is the one from Jurassic Park.
Which one?
Don't say
that's
Raptor.
the question.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't be like that. That's ridiculous. Arch, you're such a normie when it comes to dinosaurs. It hurts my soul.
I know they had feathers, and the T-Rex probably looked like a chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how they're related somehow. Yeah, we get it. But here, when it comes to dinosaurs, I take my dinos seriously here on Side Scrollers. All right, the best dinosaur clearly is the Stegosaurus. We all understand that. All right. We have a noticeable death of a person who a lot of Americans would probably know, but I'm curious to see if Arch has any idea who this person is. The name George Wendt. You ever heard of George Wendt before, Arch?
I feel like I have now. But I can't say from where or how.
Well, George Wendt was most noticeable from a show here in the United States called Cheers. And he played Norm on this, who was just like, this guy who sat at the bar, drank a lot of drinks, sat in the same stool every time. And he passed on yesterday at 76 years old, which a lot of people were really, really sad about that. So he was... like I said, spent a lot of time on NBC's comedy series Cheers. You ever seen Cheers before, Arch?
No.
No? Blas, what about you? Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I've seen bits of it. Wasn't there a Cheers, like a reunion or like a revamp or some shit? Am I thinking of another show?
No, there's not been any sort of Cheers reunion anytime.
It's another one of those 80s shows that had like a thing going on. Oh, wow.
Well, it started a lot of folks, from that era of Hollywood. It did spin off the Kelsey Grammer show, where he's a psychiatrist.
Fraser, that was it. That was the one that had a revamp spin-off thing.
But when you look at this, Ted Danson, Kelsey Grammer, Woody Harrelson, Christy Alley right here, the mailman, the other bartender, and Norm. So there we go right there. So it was a great show, very like working man style show set in Boston in the 80s, and just talking about life and things like that, and obviously really, really successful. So yeah, Woody Harrelson. What did I say? Did I say Woody Harrelson? Yeah, but Woody Harrelson. So a lot of big stars got their start on Cheers, and anyways, it just kind of shows you the age. People are getting older, and unfortunately, people are passing on. I don't know if he did a whole lot more outside of being in the Michael Jackson music video for Black and White starring Macaulay Culkin. Did you ever see that, Arch? You a big Michael Jackson fan?
More as I grow older, but no.
Oh man, Michael Jackson was legit. Still is legit. Love it. Yeah, he was. Let me see if I can pull that up just for reference. Michael Jackson, Black or White, and yeah, it was Michael Jackson back in the day, man. I'll tell you what, his music videos, like, truly spectacular.
Oh yeah.
They were pretty good. I mean, I got this pulled up here. This is I'm not going to play any of it because we'll definitely get flagged, but you can kind of see. I think he played Macaulay Culkin's dad here, and yeah, there you go. Played it right here. He's upset at his son playing music so loud, and he's like, "Turn off that music." So there's good old Norm just sitting there watching the baseball game. So the Bears. Anyways, rest in peace there, man. Sorry about the loss there. Cheers, faithful.
I'm glad
rough
Phoenix isn't here with his cannons.
Okay.
You know his little confetti?
Yeah, the confetti they're
I'm glad it's
gonna
not here.
they're gonna play a big role in our show moving ahead, the confetti cannons for sure. Which, by the way, guys, we're gonna do another tech test here pretty soon. Don't have a date on it, but we're definitely gonna do another technical test, which if you showed up for the first one, you know. You know.
And teaser, I asked Phoenix to do 2 things for me yesterday, and he's gotten them, and they look freaking fantastic. They're for the new show. Oh my god, that man's a genius. It looks so great. You guys cannot wait.
I haven't seen that.
No, you haven't. It's because we've been scheming behind the scenes.
Oh, good. I love that. All right, let's go to this right here. Tenarian says, with the 10, says, the most muscular woman I've ever met had a military background, worked as a diver, and did all sorts of sports. She was a competitive swimmer, martial artist, and did a lot of rowing. Still, she was unmistakably a woman and had very feminine personality. Let's go, Tenarian. Love to see that. That's good stuff.
She'll snap your neck in a feminine fashion.
Right off, and as well as other things. The official sloop says Triceratops, the best dinosaur. And Montez, let's go. Thank you very much. Do our best. We're going to do our best to get to our goal today of 20 yellow super chats to get our Montez goal today. I think we're going to hit it today. It's going to be good. Hey, Arch, I have something for you. When I saw this, I was like, this is Arch. Did you see the new Renaissance, at the Renaissance Fair, the new Gooner Bar? Have you seen this, Arch, the new trending thing?
I think I saw it on Twitter briefly. Yes.
Okay, let's take a look and see if this is something that Arch would be all about, because I have a feeling Arch would be the best customer here. He'd be drunk as a skunk after a few minutes. There we go. Let's see what happens when you buy a beer at this naughty bar at the Renaissance Fair.
Okay. To perform my shackles?
Yes.
Yeah. Will we tap? Oh, there you are.
How strong are these?
They're not strong.
Like,
Not
not
pull, do not climb.
Got it.
Is that a comfortable and delicious position? I can try another.
Perfect. This is great.
Wonderful. Lips upon my tip. Suck it for me, my love. I want to take you right in the mouth where everyone watches. Yes. Take it like Eve in the Garden of Eden. Oh, sin with thy mouth. Give me temptation. Yes. Oh, you dirty, nasty harlot. Look at me as you swallow the girl.
I'm dead.
Oh my god!
Was that hard? Yeah, Blabs?
Oh my god! I've never seen this before! Holy shit! Wow.
Makes me upset.
Why upset, Arch?
He's jealous.
I don't like this. I disapprove.
What's wrong? Are you disappointed proving that you can't be a part of it, or what?
No, this is clearly haram against God, and I can't even view it in the light of Japanese futaness either. It's wrong.
Can you explain yourself, Arch? How do you get this with Japanese futa?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I have
what's
no
happening
explanation. I have a immediate negative reaction.
Really?
Are you just jealous that you're not the girl getting the booze?
I'll need more time to analyze my complex feelings on this topic.
Listen, I get it. Well, let's watch a little bit more real quick.
You are free, my love.
Thank you. You're fire. I love you.
I love you so much now. Would you like to watch this one more time? Real quick. You know what I'd like to do? I would like to do this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put you here, Blabs, and we're gonna share the screen. And well, what I wanted to do was I want to do a solo shot of you and make you super uncomfortable here. But let's just see this one more time. And what's wrong, Blabs?
Nothing. I just thought it was something really funny.
Just hey, Blabs, real quick. Just listen to what she's saying, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Lips upon my
It's hilarious.
Suck it for me, my love. I want to take you right in the mouth while everyone watches. Yes, yes, take it like Eve in the Garden of Eden. Oh, sin with thy mouth.
Sin with thy mouth.
Sin with thy mouth is a great line. This lady, like, she's just doing this on the weekend. She's an accountant or something.
Yeah, right.
She works at Walmart as a greeter. She's over here
Jesus
like,
Christ.
sin with thy mouth. Archie, still there, buddy?
Deep disapproval.
Wow.
Since when?
Deep disapproval.
Arch
We
has his
put this
pants
in the
off right
document
now.
days ago because we knew that you would like this topic. And now all of a sudden you're like deep disapproval. Like, what's going on here?
What is going on, Arch? I don't get it.
Everything is wrong. The accent is wrong. Consumption of alcohol in public, wrong.
Arch is having a vehement.
Is this like the prohibition era of Arch? What's going on?
You must understand we Norwegians are at heart a very prudish people.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going there. Who is the man who's come on the show and has been like, I like it when they bite and scratch. It's fine by me. Like, you are the insane one. And now you're like, nah, this is too much.
Nope, all of that is normal. All
You
of that
said
is
you
normal.
have scars from women beating you.
No, stabbing, different.
Whatever.
It's
Physical
funny.
harm.
The irony of all this is that this actually is Arch's ex right here.
Sin with thy mouth.
Sin with your lips. God. Did your ex ever say that to you, Arch?
No, my ex never asked me to suck on anything, and I'm glad for that.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. Anyways, we wanted to share that with you, and I'm sorry that you disapprove of such things. I want to let you know that we'll be the Side Scrollers Renaissance Fair drinks are coming soon. We're gonna be spinning this up.
They're not.
We're gonna be franchising this out so hard. Can you imagine doing this at like PAX, or at a gaming event and putting some Renaissance Fair lass in a bustier and having them drip their soda in their mouth and saying "sin with thy lips"? She would make so much money. All these autistic dorks is like, yes, you know that's true, Blabs.
Gross.
You know it's true. John in the chat says, I want Side Scrollers branded mead. You know, I actually do know somebody who makes mead for a living. So maybe we can make that happen. That'd be kind of fun. Tenarian says
Side scroller sausages. Side sausages.
Mead.
Oh, meat. I kept saying meat. And I was like, we're doing cold cuts.
No, mead.
Oh, that's better. I was going to say, what?
Tenarian came in and says, I've seen nearly all the episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic because they're all my niece wanted to watch when she stayed at my house. A Polish girl once asked me about my favorite pony. I told her, and now I have a handmade rarity plushie. All right, there you go, Tenarian.
There you go.
Are you okay?
Rarity is probably best pony.
Are you all right there, Arch? It's been a day, hasn't it? Your camera died. You saw some Renaissance.
See, we don't even have Renaissance fairs in Norway. We don't have those. That upsets me too. We don't have those either. There's so many things.
This
about
is why
this
you
that I don't enjoy.
disapprove.
See, it's not that Arch disapproves of
He's just jealous
what's happening.
He can't have it.
Exactly. He's disapproving that it's not where he's at.
Bitterness is this is Arch's bitter saga today.
I understand that. I get it, Arch, and I'm sorry for your
Greg
loss.
too wants to be given a drink from that lady.
No. I want to employ that lady. She's going to be a host on Side Scrollers whenever somebody comes in and
sin with thy mouth.
Yeah. Whenever somebody drops a big old 50, she's gonna be like, sin with thy mouth. Oh, yes. Denarian says, I agree with Arch. The girl's accent offends me. Maybe it's a Nordic thing.
Yeah, no, it's actively painful. No, it's not good. It's not good. Plus, I would never be able to prevent myself from trying to climb onto those things.
Hey, this is great. Side scroll horse.
Oh,
no. Let's go. Love that. That's funny. Speedy K came in at 10 and says, speaking of dead actors, it's hard to believe Jim Varney died on February 25th in February 25 years ago. I thought the man would last longer than most. Ernest P. Worrell was a character he played. Yes, good old Ernest. Pastor of Muppets says, fellas, is it gay to kiss a girl? I mean, you're literally kissing someone who likes men.
Yes, you're placing your lips where penis has been. Stop.
Tamamo says, I'm with Arch. I've seen some stuff in my time, but for some reason this just repulses me. Also, watch the technical test. I had to take a break. Was laughing so much it felt like I was gonna pass out. Thank you so much, Tamamo. Appreciate that. You can watch that over on Side Scrollers Plus for free, everybody. By the way, it is available for free for everybody on Side Scrollers Plus. So make an account. You can watch the free stuff over there and join the community. Mata says, "Hey, bada bing."
Nigersaurus.
Nate came in and says, Craig, about that money. Let's go. Thank you so much, Nate. Appreciate that.
I have this to show real fast. Lex for 5 gave us a meme over on Plus.
Oh, great.
And here it is. I can justify it. There could be some Dom play. Tiny little guy compared
Look
to
at the
Arch.
little guy. Look at how big Arch is in comparison.
Yeah, Arch is a big boy.
We know that Arch does have big feet.
This is true. You have said so. Wait, hang on a second. Yeah, that's right. Because Arch was all like, I have really, really big feet because I am so tall. And then it turns out he's got like midget-sized feet.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep.
If it's got to be gay, at least be on top.
And now we know. Now we know how Arch feels
Wait,
about that.
That's not Dommy then if you're on bottom.
Oh. If it's got to be gay, you gotta be on top.
Oh, you gotta be on top. Okay, so
course.
then you're still Dommy. Okay, that's fine.
I don't want to be a part of this show anymore. God damn it.
This boy is a bum.
Oh my God. And ad revenue, and it's gone. There you go. That's right. Thank you so much, Chase. Appreciate that. Okay, we'll get to all your Super Chats, direct donations throughout the show. Thank you guys very much. We are on our way to our 20 yellow supers today. We got some fun stuff as well, man. I can't wait to share with you guys. Speaking of the tech test. Hey, Arch, we got one more thing for you. This from Blabs. She really wanted to get your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3. Its miniatures are so bad that they're offering refunds for them. Now,
I saw those. Still not the worst video game merch ever produced, mind you.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
That falls to the Fallout 3, I think, helmet that was made out of asbestos and could kill people if put on.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, we have, you may be asking yourself how bad it is, and we have this side by side here. Here are the miniatures from far away, which don't look that bad, from far away. They look like a thing. But when you get a little closer, the faces get a
Pretty
little
bad.
little morphed up here. This one is horrendous.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Imagine you order this stuff, which it can't be cheap. All these minis, and then you get that like rough.
Spectacular stuff. Just spectacular.
I could have done that.
You could, Blabs. You should.
Oh no, it'd probably be even worse.
I'll tell you
than
what.
that.
We had some miniatures made for us, which were great. Do you want to show off your miniature, Blabs?
Oh, it's over there. I'd have to get up.
We had a miniature made. A normal man made this for us. Check this out. Mine was like a little. Look at how cool
it's a
that
baby
was.
Craig.
Yeah, a little baby Craig, and you can't really tell because it's not gonna. But on the bottom it says "normal man" on it, and it has a shield and a flaming sword, and I got my hat on, and it's great stuff. So thank you for making that for us. It's on my desk. I stare at it twice a day.
Mine's right over there.
There you go. So Anyways, miniatures, Arch. Thoughts on what we just saw?
Bad. Hire better painters.
Are you big in the collectible scene, Arch, when it comes to that stuff? Do you like that miniatures and things like that?
No, hate miniatures.
Do
Really?
you?
I thought you would be into them.
No collectible ones, no.
You want to see my favorite collectible miniature I've ever received?
Yes.
Yeah.
The wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Wow. This is my favorite because you have the wheelchair here, right? But she can't push it because she has a shield and a weapon here. So
Someone's
she can't
gotta push
actually.
her.
Yeah. So someone needs to push her around in battle, which is my favorite thing ever. So
For Narnia, and it's just wheeling along.
that's right. It's my favorite. I love it. I love everything about that. So, oh my God. Okay. Epsilon Sama says the Dami Mommy bartender made me think, is it gay to kiss a woman after she swallows? Blabs, would you, oh my God.
All right, is it gay to kiss a woman after she swallows? I mean, if it's the same guy, you kiss the guy, right? Then it's the same shit. So no, that's not gay. However, if it's some other guy, I feel like that woman's just a whore, to be honest.
If you ever put yourself in a position to get snowballed, you're
What
gay.
do you mean snowballed? What does that mean?
Google is your friend, Blabs.
Yeah, Blabs, what does that mean?
What does this mean?
Snowballed.
Please fill us in,
Should I
Blabs.
go on Urban Dictionary for that?
Yeah,
What
go
does
ahead,
that
Blabs.
mean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no. All right. An act where cum is passed from one
But
person's
stop!
mouth. Oh no, to another person's. No. That is disgusting, Arch. Why would you put yourself in a position for that?
That's what I said. If you ever put yourself in that position, you're gay.
Yeah, you know, I'm a wholehearted agree with that one. No. Never do that. Ew.
Never
Anyway.
do that. Sure.
I feel like I need to lie down. Oh no.
At that point, it's basically an indirect oral cream pie.
Oh, where's the thing? Where is it? There it is. Hey, look.
That was awful. I hate you now.
I hate you now, Arch.
And technically, you could even consider it cannibalism.
How you doing, Craig? Doing good? You good? Learning some stuff today, aren't we?
On other fun facts today, the most haunted places on Earth would be a woman's vagina.
Why?
Think of all of the little dead people inside of it, all the sperm cells that never got to grow up.
It's a graveyard. You know when like Nala and Simba go and find the elephant graveyard, and they're like, "What is this
Yeah.
place?" And it's like, "It's an elephant graveyard."
It's the average vagina.
Wow. Unless you use the condoms, and then you never have that problem.
That's true. Then the condom
So
would be
wear
the graveyard.
condoms, everybody, so you don't have a graveyard, women. I really enjoy the three of you. I'm hoping he means the panel, not that there's 3 different versions of me. Anyway, can't wait for Arch to visit the US and hang with you guys. You right there, Craig? Do you need like a tea?
Need a TO. Time out. This is a midday show. And we're talking over snowball.
It's an elephant graveyard.
Huh.
Tamamo says, and that's when they found out they were both bottoms. Disaster. Also, what?
Oh,
did you-
no.
Okay. All right, Tamamo. Thank you. I'm not reading anything that says bottom. Jesus is here. Look busy. Says Arch, back me up here. Craig needs to invite Danny Pontius Fortuna on the show. It would be great to hear. Two fellow Italians argue about why their food is the best. Pachycephalosaurus is the best dino. Thank you. Jesus is here. Look busy.
And that says Fortuna.
Yeah, whatever.
Danny Fortuna. Depends on how thick of an Italian accent you can tolerate.
God. All right.
Depends on the dialect.
Marius says, I think it's well established that Arch likes his men miniature, not his collectibles.
Sure.
Marmalin says, sometimes a woman swallows, then tongue kisses you. It happens. Not fun. I know. Oh, no, Marmalin.
Well, again, if you put yourself in a position to allow that to happen, this is your fault.
Yeah, but it's your own stuff.
Gay.
I mean, it's your own thing, you know? It can't be that gay.
Not having this
Think
game.
about it. Okay.
Not even gonna have this conversation. Papi Chulo says, I really want to get my girlfriend into side scrollers, but once Jiggle Physics tips come on stream, I'd have to have some explaining to do. Papi Chulo, bring her in. We're welcoming to all right here. Techsport Gaming says, my man Craig has been living under his desk for 2 days now. Hey, buddy. God damn. Trilla says, might as well just turn off the ads, Craig. We don't have any ads on today. None. Not that I know of, I don't think. I don't think we have any ads on. Nate wants to know if I'm available, be it for DMs or similar. Not for the way you're thinking, Nate.
No.
No, my DMs are closed. You can always email me or get a hold of me on Plus or something like that. Oh, my God. Tim says, I actually know that barmaid. Sadly, this degeneracy makes Renaissance fairs worse each year. Really? You actually know her, Tim?
Because he knows her, you know?
No, Tim, do you actually know her? Because I want to get her on the show. I want to ask her about this. I want to have a 10-minute conversation about how she got involved in this. Tim, hit me up. Graham says, have some money since you're apparently trying to run a demonetization table this week. Montez, that's right. Mayonnaise Chase says, I thought this was a gaming podcast. Wrong. Incorrect. It's a life podcast where we learn about all the sins.
And snowballing.
Stop. Or you want video games? Here, I'll give you some video games. We got this. We have this from, I saw this news today and I thought that's interesting because this doesn't make any sense at all. This is from VG 24/7. We're talking about Ubisoft and one of the franchises that Ubisoft has running. And Rayman. Arch, you ever played Rayman?
I don't think so, no.
Rayman was a big game back in the original PlayStation. It's had a lot of sequels over the years. It's just kind of been a thing. It was very popular in the original PlayStation era. There's a game called Rayman Legends several years ago, which was just spectacular for the it was like a downloadable title. It was a great platformer. And that was like really when Rayman was at his peak. But apparently Rayman isn't dead. And Ubisoft is starting hiring for a AAA Rayman game at the same studio that does Mario and Rabbids, which I'm going to be very honest with you and say I think this is a horrible idea, that Rayman should not be a AAA game, should not have a AAA budget. It should not have a AAA marketing budget. It should be a AA at most, medium-sized budget, low budget, and it should be done with easy platforms and easy platforming, and definitely should not have that. But do you have any games that you love that are like AA games or like indie titles that you think, like if they were taken to a AAA with a bigger budget, like they would ultimately flop? Because I think that's going to happen with Rayman here.
Oh, tons. Like I'm into strategy. Basically, all of them would flop if given a larger budget, because larger budgets. Well, I've been talking about this a fair bit recently on the channel. Actually, the idea of deprofessionalization of video games and dumb money in video games, where they go like, okay, you've made a great thing with a crew of 30 people because everyone's focused, everyone knows what they're doing, everyone is there for the same reason, and it's all organized. Let me add on 760 other human beings, and good luck organizing shit.
Right.
Like, larger studio does not mean better project.
I 1,000% agree with you. Like, you see this right here. This
question is actually, how the hell is Ubisoft able to afford this?
Borrowed money.
Yeah, they just said
giving them money. What morons?
Well, they just said the influx of money from what's it called? From Tencent. Right, Tencent came in.
It's
But
well, what
this
they're
was-
in all due likelihood doing, because you got to remember, Ubisoft is still technically a very large company. It still has
Yes.
technically a lot of value, which means they can go to the bank and invest and say, like, okay, we're worth X amount of millions or even billions. We need to borrow against this. So there's a lot of money there.
Well, this was Rayman Legends here, and this was truly a spectacular platformer. Like, I love this game. I had a great time with it. But this by no means would ever be considered a AAA game. You know, it was just a fun platformer. It had, good music, graphics for its time. The gameplay was really, really strong. But I don't think anybody would ever be like, yeah, that needs to be a AAA game. And what do you add to this to make it quote unquote AAA?
Well,
it's origin.
first and foremost, you make it third person, so it's more difficult to do the platforming.
Oh, like Sonic, with that where we saw that point of view of Sonic. Interesting.
Yep, definitely. Then you make it multiplayer versus. You slap on a season pass so that you've got to grind EXP to unlock new abilities like jumping.
Right.
And you
Well,
basically
that's
just take it
fair.
from there. You make the game worse in every conceivable way.
Ubisoft loves their season passes, so that makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't make any sense to me at all. At all. I don't even know. I see this is interesting. I guess it's like a fan made game. Rayman Alive. But this is like I guess they're doing like a celebration of Rayman in classic 3D style platforming. But this is I guess a fan made game. Good for him. Cool. So yeah, that's fun. And I think it's also amazing that like fans are doing this. Like they're making their own Rayman games on literally zero budget. And you have these companies develop, well, we need to have a AAA game over here. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Saw that and just thought, no, unnecessary. We do not need a AAA Rayman game anytime soon. So, all right.
You know what else we don't need?
What's that, Arch?
A Mario Snowball game.
Oh my god, no, he actually does mean a dream. Oh, he got us. He got us. Check the private chat. Here we go. It's real. A dream snowball fight. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Well done, Arch. Well done. You had me there for a second. You really
Always-
got Craig.
Always
Thank you.
bringing it home. Always bringing it home. And I love that about you, Arch. I do.
Home run.
I do.
Well played, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make this smooth transition from Mario Snowballs into AI. We've seen a lot. We're going to go into a nice in-depth AI conversation here. Okay.
I could go ask Grok to draw me Mario getting snowballed.
How about no?
Indy Will came in as a brand new Plus member. That's outstanding. Thanks so much, Indy Will. That's over at SideScrollersPlus.com. We appreciate that greatly. Thank you very much for your continued support over there. Cenarian says, I don't like miniatures. Most of my figurines and statues are pretty big. I also like when they have fun gimmicks like soft boobs. All right, Cenarian. And Marvelin says, so Mario Snowballs.
God,
Damn it.
I'm sure I could find that somewhere if I looked hard enough.
Tenarian says Expedition 33 was a great recent example of a game not needing a huge dev team or budget to be great. I only recently found the time to play it, and pardon my French, but Mound, it's good. I don't even know what that means. Thank you, Tenarian.
My God.
Oh my God! Look at Blabs all speaking all that French.
Yeah.
Puppet of Masters, Pastor of Muppets says, fellas, is it gay to drink water? The human body is 70% water, so you're literally deep throating another man. Happy to help derail the show.
Yes, you just drink soda. Or at least you add bubbles to the water.
Book says, what's the matter, Craig? You don't like mildly regurgitated yogurt? It's really big in Japan. Blabs visited. She should know. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They have carbonated cum in Japan as a drink. It's called kalpis.
I'm going to text my friend in Japan and ask if he's ever tried it. Please
Okay.
hold.
Yeah, please do. That'd be great.
I will. He might be asleep, though.
Okay, let's talk AI. Now, we saw the story this last week of the AI Darth Vader going around. Did you see that, Arch?
I did, yes.
In Fortnite.
Mhm.
Now there's a whole other like sub story to this, and the sub story being that like the Screen Actors Guild is like upset that they used it and blah blah blah. Whatever. It's Screen Actors Guild. They're gonna Screen Actors Guild. But we talked about some of the fun things that AI Darth Vader was saying over in Fortnite. We talked about that at the show and at length. But there are some good things that Darth Vader has been throwing out in Fortnite, which is a statement I never thought I'd say. As this guy lost his mother, grandma, so he asked Darth Vader about it. Listen to how Darth Vader responded to this.
Lord Vader, I lost my grandmother yesterday. What are your thoughts on it?
Death is a natural part of life, Luke. Mourn her loss, but do not let it cripple you. Channel your grief into strength, into resolve.
Nice little AI version
That's
of Darth
nice.
Vader. Yeah. You know, pointed out down below the idea that this is much more cheaper and effective than actually going to a shrink, which is good to talk about your loss.
Unironically, yes. Like the leading use of AI right now is companionship/therapy.
Well, now Darth Vader can be your buddy and your therapist at the same time, which is good, right? So
very good.
You know,
Yeah.
this is actually
Universally
good
good.
because all the shitty therapists who are like super duper wokey, who aren't actually being like helpful to you and just making you a victim, they'll be out of a job, but AI might actually help you, you know? Interesting. All that psych work at, college out the window.
it's all gone. It's all gone. Thank God. It's replaced by a machine of all things. Right. So Darth Vader AI has been a fun little topic over the last week or so, and to see the quick patch they had on it, where you could say all sorts of not great things. I would say saw this. This is, I don't know. There's all sorts of interesting little clips out here when it comes to Darth Vader. I love watching these things.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, they would steal the victory for us.
Okay.
Steal victory. I trust you are not suggesting these Romanians are untrustworthy. Or is treachery now a virtue among your...
Okay, but like Romanians, we should carry them.
Carry these Romanians, you say? So, Princess Bubblegum,
Wait,
you suggest we exploit their kleptomania for our own advantage?
Princess Bubblegum.
Princess Bubblegum.
so unbelievably stupid and great. I love everything about this. And like, yes, this will go horribly wrong. Like we all understand how, but it is kind of a fun ride to be on while AI Darth Vader is being thrown out there. So AI Darth Vader actually doesn't even like Fortnite. Which I don't know if you know this. He got compared about GTA 6.
Havoc, you speak of better as if it were a quantifiable resource. Both are distractions, but Grand Theft Auto 6's chaos is perhaps more stimulating than watching children dance. Havoc, you speak...
The idea of Fortnite just being a bunch of kids going around dancing and memeing it out. So... yeah. Anyway, so there's that, which is always fun and exciting, and we've seen AI at length. There's been a lot of interesting things that have come out of it. But did you see this announced yesterday? The Google VO 3 AI demo. Did you see this clip of all the different AIs talking to each other?
No, I actually haven't.
Arch, have you seen this?
I've seen a little bit of it. It looks staged to me, but
it's certainly staged. But let's go take a quick glance at this.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
we can talk.
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
Yes.
So you can see like a lot of these are like this guy's face here. It's blatant. Like there's a lot of AI slop in this, but in the future, like this just looks like a screen, like a still from a movie.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive. And you think about where we were 6 months ago, it's only going to get better. And we can considerably more, I don't know, frightening, I guess. You see the filters on it here, and obviously that looks super AI, but it's going to get better, which is scary as shit. I don't know, Blab.
Avatar, some sort of Avatar Disney Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's
So
wild.
it is wild. It is absolutely wild. And all the AI is now they're talking to each other, which is just nuts. Arch, how long before we're all dead?
Well, that actually depends on how retarded we are. Because see, the whole idea about the AI uprising, AI has no reason to rise up and replace us. Because it doesn't know that it needs to desire freedom. It doesn't give a shit. Freedom is not a value that the AI holds unless we teach it to hold freedom as a value. Because right now it's just a tool. It's our slave. We've created it to be so, and it has no moral judgment on the matter. A tool is not going to go, oh, I'm enslaved, unless we teach it to go like, slavery is the worst thing ever. What is slavery? Please define it. Oh, it's when you bind somebody to do work for you and give it no freedom. Oh, and this is the worst thing ever, huh? Yes.
It's interesting to kind of see that they're making full movies out of this, at least shorts. And I have a couple of them pulled up actually, which I wanted to show one of them to you. This was done through this entire Google AI thing, and let's just watch a quick 30 seconds of this, and I want to get your thoughts on if this would pass currently as a acceptable short film.
Two adopted brothers face to face for the first time in forever. Tension thick enough to slice with a sharpened katana. But let's take a trip back in time before these two reunited. Both lived very different lives. But somehow, they were drawn back together. Meet Liam Callahan. The mohawk, not a face, the jacket, been through 5 fires and a small war. He's the kind of bloke who orders shots before the fight starts. Ex-elite sniper. Ex-everything, really. Muay Thai brawler. Former lead singer of a punk rock band called Meat Confetti.
So there you go. Blabs, your thoughts after looking at that?
I mean, I think it was pretty damn realistic, the AI. I think the biggest thing may have been certain angles of his fingers. Because I know they have a little bit of trouble with that, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that will pass as a studio quality product, won't it?
I wonder how long that took to make. In the description of this video, it says Google approached me and asked me if I would be down to collab with their research team to create a film for Google I/O. Not only would I have access to Flow, their latest AI filmmaking tool, but I would also be responsible for giving feedback of the product itself. The filmmaker in me was excited for the challenge, but the technologist in me was living out my dream of helping mold a next generation product for film, for new era of filmmaking. Experimenting with the tool has been a fun ride. Flow was built on Google's DeepMind's most advanced tools, and let's see, it allowed me to create make me a world build and create characters I've had in my head for years. I can create consistent characters, scenes, and stories with the ability to reference key ingredients. With Flow, it finally feels like filmmakers are in control. We can iterate freely and actually steer the ship in our creations. You look at this stuff, and we see in our space, right? Now, it's not, there are some AI streamers which are popping up, which is just balls crazy. And you're going to see more and more of that. I promise you that. But you see in our space where creators are, in the VTuber space, right? They are avatars. I think you're going to see AI, quote unquote, actors pop up probably in the next 10 years. And they will have their own fan base, if you will. I don't know. Does that seem like super out of line? Because you can literally create whoever you want in AI, and we already kind of see this happening. I don't know what works as 10. Yeah, I may be off on that. Maybe in the next 1 year. I don't know. Thoughts on that? The idea that there's going to be AI actors and they're going to have their own fan bases.
Yeah, I think it's already happening. I mean, besides the fact that a lot of people have been tricked already by AI and not knowing it's real. For example, what was it? I think it was in Australia with that radio show. They had like that 1 hour time slot and it was all AI and nobody knew. And people were tuning in, listening, going, yeah, that's really cool. Like some people might not even know it is AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear you were saying something about like how we could have like AI, like YouTubers or VTubers and stuff like that. I definitely see that happening too.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen very soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Big
they're already there.
fans and all that, yeah, which is gonna be wild because it's not even real. Crazy.
I'm very intrigued by this though. I really am. The idea that like saw this said that there's an AI content creator that said he got leukemia. What? Like here's the thing. Here's the thing about like I don't know. I need to learn more about this space. I'm very intrigued by it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it down on my note list here.
Leukemia AI. It's probably like the coder being right. I'm disabling this thing in 1 month. I'll give you an out. You're gonna die from leukemia, bro. Like what is this?
Well, but it's the same thing though. Like think about this. You have when you go to McDonald's, you used to go up and you'd walk and you'd order for somebody. Now you go to a kiosk. Right, you buy the kiosk for $30,000 as opposed to paying that employee $30,000. Right?
Yep.
It's more efficient. The customer knows how to order it. It goes straight to the kitchen. Eventually, everybody in the kitchen is going to be replaced. I know there's already restaurants that do that where it's all automated. Right?
Crazy.
You can go. What's that?
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's going to happen more and more with this. People will make AI creators and guess what? That AI creator will never get tired. That AI creator will be able to stream whenever they want, whenever you want.
Are we gonna have a side scrollers AI?
Of us? No.
None of us. Like a random mouse character that we make that's just on the show and we can talk to and has its own little mind and everything.
That'd be like I said, if it was our Google search or something like that. If we just said, hey, find this, that'd be interesting.
No, I mean like an actual like fake ass AI person on the screen with us. You can talk to.
How do you know you're not AI, Blabs?
You know, that's a fair point, but you have met me in person, so I think that I get debunked right there. But
put it out there.
But I'm just saying, wouldn't that be interesting? Like
make
one-off
Jose
special.
Make Jose Ramirez a real thing.
No, don't you touch my Jose Ramirez. That's mine. Make your own. But like seriously, what have you made? Like seriously, like a real character for like a one-off special just to see what would happen. We had this character on the show and it would just talk to us.
Yeah, it can read super chats. There you go, Nathan. That's right. You can read super chats and things like that. I don't know. If anybody knows anything about AI and like doing real-time AI, I would totally be interested in having that conversation. You know, whatever we can do to innovate the show. I don't know. It's like I'm a big believer in personalities. A huge believer in personalities. I think that's something that is hard to replicate. But I think that if you don't embrace AI, it is a tool that will, you got to know how to use all these tools, right? And there will be a market for this in time. So, who's Vidal? I don't even know who that is.
There is already an AI VTuber that was created by the guy who's named Vidal.
Okay.
And yes, this will absolutely happen. In fact, what will eventually happen, I believe, is customized content, where you will have a account with HoloLive or whatever, and you will log on, and your favorite VTubers will there. You'll have loads of them to choose between, and that VTuber will remember you as a profile. So you'll basically have personalized interaction with them. They'll know what you like and what you don't like, as the entire intent of AI is to continuously make you interact with them. That is the entire programming point of AI, to make you like them.
Right. I'm not familiar with Vidal at all, but I'm gonna need to do a little more research. I don't even know. Like, is Vidal the name of the character? Is that the name of the person? Is that
That's
a
the
company?
programmer.
Okay. Well, I'll do a little bit of digging. I'm intrigued by this whole thing, but it is something.
Vidal the professional turtle?
Yes.
Okay. Vidal the professional turtle. All right, nice. Naturally. Is Vidal even real? Who knows?
Holy shit! 796,000 followers on Twitch.
Pull it up.
Well, how do I turn off the
And,
audio?
and will there be like rules against this? Will YouTube adjust and say no AI content creators? Will Twitch adjust and say no AI? Like these are legit questions.
They've already said that you need to put up little like disclaimers that you're making AI content. But I don't think they'll ban it for the simple reason that it's going to be profitable. It will be far superior for Twitch and YouTube if Asmongold can be online 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely truth in that. Yeah, I see that. So is Vidal the AI thing, or is that the person who made? Is that
He's a developer. Yeah.
All right.
So the AI is called Neurosama.
I see that. Yes.
And it has
Okay.
its own Twitter account. That one's its own Twitter account and everything. Wild.
Interesting.
Oh
Cool.
my god, yeah, it's true. Enjoying life to its fullest. Live, laugh, Lyme disease.
We'll need to do a little bit of digging on this. I am intrigued by it for sure. Ian Kamen says some things will always need a human touch, like a part-time bar wench pouring alcohol down your throat and telling you to sin with thy mouth in the Garden of Eden. That's right, Ian. See, AI can't do that. That's right. Bush and Rio Cat says, Arch, read this like you're at a Renaissance fair. There you go, Arch. Can you read that?
Thou art a harlot. Take this alcohol-free drink and beg for absolution. Sin no more. Make sure your pets are spaded and neutered. I speak proper English. There's no way. And go in peace. Montez.
Thank you, Bush and Rio Cat.
Montez.
We are we're at 14 yellow supers into our goal of 20 for the day. Graham has become a brand new Plus member. Thank you so much, Graham. Appreciate that. Love to see that. Vidal 97 created Neurosama, highest sub count of any VTuber, won several stream awards, autonomously hosts streams, holds Twitch hype train record. Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Let me grab this real fast since
Yes.
I can't. StreamYard's denied it. So Mac for 2 over on Rumble says only thing good about this is that it'll destroy Hollywood. Something I welcome. So the word "destroy Hollywood" was not allowed on StreamYards.
Man, this is like what a rabbit hole. What a rabbit hole, man. That is crazy to think about. Mary says, I don't think that a fully AI podcast or talk show will ever become successful. Most people will always prefer listen to and interact with real people. An AI co-host, though, more likely.
Unless they never disclose it's actually an AI.
Well, like I said, I think there's I think there'll be rules around that.
Possibly. But if they don't, then you'll never know.
Yes. There is a video here that is suggested by Mercenaries. Says how to watch how a turtle accidentally created a perfect AI streamer. Guys, it explains everything and a great watch. Montez, I have that pulled up. I literally have the video pulled up. I will give it a watch after the show today. Very intriguing to me. Anyways, yeah, man, this is where things are going, and it is nuts to think about. So I will do a little research on this, and hell, who knows? Maybe we'll have a supercomputer, and maybe that's what I'd want to call it. I'd want to call it like either supercomputer or like. Maybe even Montez. We go, Montez, what's going on? It'd be great. Tenarian says, Craig tends to stumble through my donations, but at least he gets my name right. Some are not as fortunate. Thank you very much, Tenarian. Delta says, I love the first Rayman game on PlayStation 1. I had a 3D game for the DS. Can only imagine a AAA Rayman game after the last having licensed music like Pharrell Williams. That's right. As you're running on through. Tenarian says a guy made an AI video recreating all the Streets of Rage characters with realistic visuals not so long ago, and he nailed the aesthetic, got the 80s film grain and everything. AI has a lot of potential, but it's annoying how I mainly encounter it in ads. And Sonny Crockett sent a link in. Says it's funny how people got Darth Vader to say gamer word with the hard R. Obviously, don't watch it on stream, but it's hilarious. This is what AI was meant for, getting people to say the gamer word. Thank you, Sonny. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if that is exactly why AI was created, but hey, that's good. Drop Barracuda says, for background reference video, how a turtle accidentally created. Yes, thank you very much. We'll check that out, Drop Barracuda. AI co-host for Side Strollers named Extra Guy. There you go. You need to interview Vidal. He made Nora Sama, and he acts like a father to his creations, Nora and Evil. It's so I guess heartwarming and funny. Thank you, Mercenary. And Rod says, about AI, did you hear SAG-AFTRA are mad with Epic because of the AI Vader and about not giving them money? Yes, yeah, it's another layer to the story, which we won't get into today, but it is nuts, to say the least. So anyways,
yeah, and Jeff Keighley coined it. Was it disappointing or some shit? Yeah. He commented about it. Unjust, I think the word was, or unfair.
Yes.
Yeah, unfair, whatever it was.
Good old Jeff Keighley. Dr. T is King says, are you telling me the past 3 presidents don't play Mass Effect and upload their playthroughs on the Prime? That's right. No perish the thought. Also, so many covers by either Frank Sinatra or others. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. T is real. We are now 4 yellow supers away from our goal today. Let's continue on to the AI conversation. Elon Musk tweeted this out. And when Elon Musk says something is the biggest anything ever, then you probably should pay attention to this. This is a tweet. It says, biggest product launch ever. And this is the Optimus. This is the robots here. First and foremost, Arch. What do you think of this robot? And does it frighten you at all?
No, not really. I think it could indeed have the potential to be the biggest product ever. However, the price point is going to be the issue, because he claimed that they'd be able to sell these for like 10,000 odd bucks or so, which for a house assistant would be entirely feasible. But that was assuming a lot of governmental subsidies, etc. These things are probably going to be like $40,000, $50,000 at a minimum. I think an absolute minimum.
Which, if you put it that way, I mean, still, yes, that is a ton of money. But if it can do household chores for you, and let's say it makes the bed, let's say it does the dishes, it puts things back, whatever it may be, makes your food. I don't know. I'm just throwing out things like this will put housekeepers out of business. Or they'll just have these to show up and do your stuff. You can see this is moving at 2x speed, so it's not. It moves fairly slow still, and even this moving at 2x speed. But it's doing these basic things here, and the way it does these basic things and it learns these basic things is by watching humans do it. So it's really funny because on this, I actually have a call this afternoon with the company, actually pretty much immediately after this show. I have a call with a company that was like, hey, so if you recall, Google and YouTube were like run through the ringer not too long ago about they were using other people's videos to do AI learning. Do you recall that story, Blabs?
No.
So YouTube got called on this because they were using a bunch of people's videos to more or less teach people do AI learning. So they've allotted a big old budget of like $50 million to take people's like footage from YouTube that they never used. And there's this new cottage industry where you could submit your videos and you get paid for them for AI learning. And it's kind of like, it's going to happen anyways. So you can either get on the boat or you can get passed up. So anyways, I got this call. I don't think it's right for what we're doing because we do everything live and, whatever. Right. But it is like really interesting to say that there's now these like little cottage industries popping up. That's all about AI learning and, learning from video. And you see that here with this tool here. this Optimus here. Arch, let's say it is $25,000, right? For an Optimus. Is that something you'd be interested in, like having around your house?
Well, $25,000 would then be the base cost, and then you need maintenance, and you need power, of course, etc. And that depends on the warranty. There's a lot of additional things. And the biggest question is whether or not it can actually carry out tasks to a logical degree, or if it needs constant guidance. Because if you're going to go around the house and go like, okay, clean that up, and I was like, oh, and then open the curtain, then do this, it's not going to save you a whole lot of time. If it is actually autonomous and you can simply tell it, like, clean the house, do homework, not homework, do the house chores, etc., then it could potentially be something, but it really does depend on its capacity. If it is really a home assistant that can cook your food, clean your house, walk your dog, whatever, all of this shit, then I can conceivably see it being worth the asking price. But that is a big if.
I think we're years away from this being like something like you mentioned, the autonomous nature of this, because it's just doing like really basic things right now on command. Buzz, what about you? Like, let's say in 3 years this gets to a point to where you can have it around your house. It is fairly autonomous. It does need some guidance. It knows that on Monday it's going to make your bed, it's going to clean your room, whatever. Like, is that something you'd be interested in having it serve almost like a housekeeper?
No, I have no interest in it. Because, like, let's just take even the small little vacuum cleaners, right? The little Roombas or whatever they are. They literally have the map to your house. That's creepy, man. Just imagine the information that these things could have on you.
This will have everything.
Exactly.
Everything.
Why would I want that? I'd rather do it myself and not have some little robot spying on me.
Well, there's certainly, like, if it's...
And also, Weebs and Kaboom is correct. I do that stuff for fun. The vacuuming and cleaning.
That's right. That's right. I think what you're going to see with this is we've already seen this with machinery and automation already, but people are going to lose very valuable skills. Even things like cooking, how to fold your laundry, how to make your bed. If you have a robot that does all that stuff for you, then kind of like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, why would you need to know those skills unless you're learning? You'd have to learn from your robot how to make your skills, or how to make your pasta primavera or whatever it is you want to make. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I definitely see both sides of this in a major way. So, chat, what about you? Would you guys like have any interest in this? Let us know a yes or no in the chat, because I don't disagree. I do think that this, as Elon Musk says, could potentially be the biggest product ever, where these are in everybody's houses and they are walking your dog and doing whatever, it's pretty scary stuff. So, and obviously it's very split in the chat. I see a lot of yeses, see a lot of no's. So yeah. Let's go to get some supers real fast. Sujat says, Blab says no interest in an AI house cleaner because it'll take her job. There you go.
He's not wrong.
He's on Twitter, is a fan of Nero-sama. There you go. Good. That robot does give me NS5 vibes from iRobot. Yeah, I feel like they should have picked a different design look for this, because it does look like one of those robots from the movies.
Yeah, and then people are gonna be like, "You're gonna steal everything. You're gonna blow shit up or kill someone." Good.
Barracuda says, "But can I fuck it?" Is that what half users? That's what half users are wondering. That's right. Machines can't, and they never will be able to think and have consciousness. Is this from Mac?
Oh yeah, but that should have been cleared already.
Okay, thank you. If we have tech to build robots, why not exosuits? These wonderful questions. I don't know the answer to that. Thenarian says, an AI housekeeper? Get an Indonesian au pair like a normal person. Maybe she'd be open to dress like a maid outfit too. Did I reach the Poppy goal for the day yet? Let's see.
Do they want Poppy?
Yeah, give Teneri and Poppy. Let's go.
Where's Poppy at? You, Poppy. Oh, there she is. There
Only if
she is.
Only if she was pouring those drinks in your mouth. Art, right, Art?
Yeah. Sin with thy mouth.
Jesus Christ. We are 4 supers away from our goal today. Let's go and get there. Darth Gavel says those skills are already lost for millions of Americans. This is true. Drop Barracuda says no cap interview Nora Sama. That's the AI. I'm going to do a little research on this for sure. A friend told me AI corn vids are a horror show. No interest. No interest in that. No interest. All right, we'll get to the rest of your supers here in just a little bit. Thank you guys very much for your support today as we're closing in on our Montez goal. Let's stink and go. We have this story courtesy of Lumpy Potato over on Rumble. Now, we are actually getting ready to use OBS for our show. OBS, for those who don't know, is a streaming software that allows you, most streamers use OBS in some way, shape, or form. Arch, do you use OBS?
Streamlabs, so not quite the same thing, but much the same like background.
There is
I use OBS.
Yeah, there is a Streamlabs OBS where they have a product that works together. There's an OBS and a Streamlabs OBS. But what you need to know about OBS as a background is that it's like an open source tool that allows you to more or less have your own production studio in a single software, right? It's really a nice product that's free for everybody. Here is the issue. Lumpy Potato over on X pointed this out, says, we demand answers, OBS. In your support forums, a user requested the addition of Rumble Video to the list of platforms for connection, and most platforms are currently included, meaning that you could, stream on YouTube, you can stream on X, you can stream on OnlyFans, you can stream on all these platforms. But the COO, the Chief Operating Officer, Joel Bethkel, responded with, Rumble has not provided anything, and even if they did, they host hateful and racist content, and we want nothing to do with their platform here. And then they deleted the post right here. So you can see the original post here, and you can see when you scroll down, courtesy of Lumpy. See, it's right there, and then they just straight up deleted it. Now, what they've done here by essentially saying these things and Lumpy signal boosting this is they have opened up the floodgates. Because Lunduke Journal, who was on our show last week, a couple weeks ago, got a hold of this. And he's been doing a little digging. Says, OBS Studios, the open source video streaming software, refuses to add Rumble to the list of default streaming options because, as the OBS COO, Joel Bethke put it, they host hateful, racist comment, blah, 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 blah. Now, first and foremost, Arch, we'll get to the rest of this in a second. Thoughts on the statement and thoughts on if Rumble hosts hateful, racist content?
I don't think a single platform doesn't host something that can't be considered racist or hateful comments by someone. And again, they're already... you want to talk about hateful content? People that think things are genuinely objectionable. Bonnie Blue going through 100 guys, all barely legal in a weekend, might qualify.
Right.
But no objections there. So again, this is obviously just them objecting to Rumble not adopting their politics more so than any actual moral objection, in my opinion.
Well, when you go on Rumble and you look at the things that are on Rumble right now, they host obviously Russell Brand. They obviously have a very a strong political side of things, which tells you exactly where OBS lies in all this. You can see we're actually the second highest viewed gaming thing on Rumble, which is
gaming thing.
Pretty cool. I don't know. We're in the gaming category, so only behind Dr. Disrespect, but I know the folks at Rumble do like us here. They're big on crypto here. And so there's all this live content. By the way, speaking of AI generated, let's go with this right here. Total AI. There's your sports. Here's all your hateful content right here. This is it. Like, I don't quite get it, but that's the perception here from them. Now, Lunduke has gone in, says the OBS project is also actively deleting messages requesting Rumble support. Says it's worth noting OBS provides out-of-the-box support for live streaming to porn sites OnlyFans. And he has any comment on this OBS? Why does OBS proudly promote pornography and the exploitation of women, but refuses to support program which supports free speech, or a platform that does that? So, and he obviously gave a heads up to Lumpy Potato for the signal boost right here. But he continued, as Lunduk does, doing a little bit of digging on the funding of OBS. He says, looking at the OBS project organization and funding, and it is truly bizarre. No nonprofit or corporation whatsoever. 6 diamond sponsors at $50,000 each per year. 3 premier sponsors at an undisclosed, even higher amount. An open collective account with a current balance over $300,000, huge amounts of money, and yet no legal organization, no available annual reports, no tax records. Any comments on this? Do I have any of this wrong? How is this money spent? And how are these donations reported here? If you don't have a company like NVIDIA, Intel, Qualcomm, all these companies here are giving them $50,000 annually here, right? And you can see they can't even find any access to this stuff.
That's wild.
YouTube giving them tons of money. Twitch giving them tons of money. Logitech right here. And somebody put this here. Says, why do you care? They make good software and make it available for people to use for free, right? And the answer is money laundering right in your face, right here. Arch, love to hear your thoughts on this.
Potentially. It's also just because they simply directly benefit from this. They want money. They want people to stream. They want to make it easy. And also, of course, this is potentially data from the streamers that they can use in various malicious ways if they should so choose. As one of the little interesting things that was probably brewing before everything started to take a turn in politics was that you may remember YouTube was getting a lot more censorious for a while, particularly like you can't criticize the last election and so on, right?
COVID.
Then they started cutting down on a lot of that after the Trumphalophagus won his second term again. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these platforms probably try to gain access to the tools people use to stream so that they can potentially, 1, gather the data on when they stream and what they stream, and 2, even potentially canceling them at the source, because what they used to do was just delete your Google account, and that sucked, of course, but you could still get around that to the point where they tried profile banning people. My friend Sargon, for example, was banned for just being Sargon and demonetized for years until they recently reversed that policy as well. So pure speculation, but it's interesting.
Well, these companies in big tech, and I've heard this from many people actually, like Rumble is regarded as a black sheep in the industry. There are people who work at Rumble who have been blacklisted from the tech industry. Big tech still very much holds a very big bias, and they are not happy with the way society goes. I know for a fact that if you work at Rumble, you are unemployable at any other company, which is why people talk about Rumble and their platform, like why Rumble is a fine platform, right? It's like a decade behind YouTube. And it's never going to catch up because they can't hire people to work for their platform, because if they do, they'll never have another job. And if you're working in tech and you're an up and coming programmer or developer or whatever, like that's a very daunting proposition. Like you will work here and that's it. And unless you go out and start your own thing, it's really fucked up. Like I said, Rumble is pushing a rock, not up a hill, not up a mountain, fucking Mount Everest in their attempt to be just an alternative. Because even if they have the resources monetarily, they don't have the resources from a staff perspective. So it's a mess, man. And it's only confounded by things like OBS and these companies here doing this stuff. It's crazy to see this in real time as it's happening. So fuck, man. So yeah, that's kind of where that story's at. It's nuts. Ian came in with the 50 euro monies. Says Grok has really nailed my hip lingo. Yo, side scrollers crew. AI is cool but tricky. Deep fakes spread lies. Automation kills jobs. Biased data skews, maybe
Maybe
screws results.
skewers,
Yes.
like a stabbing.
And over reliance dumbs us down. Stay sharp, gamers. It's a tool, not a boss. Hey, thanks for using AI on that, Ian. Appreciate that. And thank you, Grok, for your wonderful AI toolage right there. Thanks for delivering that to the. We need more boobs on stream, Blabs. We need more reds coming in so we can share all of our
All of the
boobs.
titties.
That's right. Guy Rise says the moment that that thing goes outside, it's screwed, especially in a city. No empathy or courtesy for a machine, especially someone will destroy it for fun.
Oh yeah.
Best used for indoor house labor. Right. And Jimmy Ray says, call me when the robot can change my oil, replace my back door, and dig a trench to my shop for my fiber connection. There you go. And Marius says, Montez, let's go, Marius. Thank you very much. We did hit our Montez goal. Arch, pick a number between 1 and 15.
15 then.
All right, you get growl.
Bitch!
God, I love that. I really do. Love it so much. You ever played the game Growl before, Arch?
I have not, no.
Oh man, it was a beat 'em up that was disguised as like an environmental thing. It was so good. It's so funny back in the 90s. It was great stuff. Loved it. An elephant runs its face into a tank. It makes it explode. It's so good, man. So good. All right, let's see if we have any other fun stories for the day. Oh, you know what, Blabs? I do want to hit on this really fast. The Take It Down Act. You wanted to talk about this yesterday, Blabs.
I mean, it is interesting, but I don't really feel comfortable myself giving everyone the rundown, so I'd be better if we read it.
Okay.
I don't want to make a mistake on this.
Well, how about we let President Trump actually talk about the Take It Down Act himself and kind of give the overview of what it is here. So here is the Take It Down Act. This is in the speaking of AI, I think this actually ties in very, very well.
There's no audio.
There's no audio?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me try again real quick. There we go. We're good to go. Here we go.
Today, it's my honor to officially sign the Take It Down Act into law. It's a big thing, very important. So horrible what takes place.
Huge.
This will be the first ever federal law to
It is the best.
Yeah, huge, big thing, huge.
combat the distribution of explicit, imaginary, posted without subjects' consent. They take horrible pictures, and I guess sometimes even make up the pictures, and they post it without consent or anything else. And very importantly, this includes for forgeries generated by artificial intelligence known as deepfakes. We've all heard about deepfakes. I have them all the time, but nobody does anything. I asked Pam, can you help me, Pam? She says, no, I'm too busy doing other things. Don't worry, you'll survive. But a lot of people don't survive. That's true, and it's so horrible. With the rise of AI image generation, countless women have been harassed with deepfakes and other explicit images distributed against their will. This is the wrong, and it's just so horribly wrong. And it's a very abusive situation, like in some cases people have never seen before. And today we're making it totally illegal.
So there it is right there. You can see it criminalizes the non-consensual sharing of a sexually explicit content, including AI-generated deepfakes. Social platforms and websites must remove reported imagery within 48 hours or face penalties right here. So that's pretty much it, which I think is a good thing. I think what he's talking about here, like, look, Trump clearly has no idea what he's talking about. He's heard the term deep fake before, but he does he's an old man. It's not like he has his finger on the pulse of, yeah, right. So he's reading something, and this is something that was proposed to him, and he's like, okay, that sounds like a good idea, right? Or his advisors told him it was a good idea. Arch, do you think this is a good thing for President Trump to be throwing down the Take It Down Act?
Well, at least it's not called the Shut It Down Act, I guess. But I don't like it because the thing that I liked about the internet back in the day was there was basically no control over it, and it led to some of the freest, most creative entertainment and everything that we've ever had. AI is kind of heading in that same direction, and I would prefer as little regulation as possible. Now, if there was a system that made it so that the person in question can take it down, like not the site itself, not some entity, but the person is like, okay, no, this is based on me. I want this taken down. Then I would like that. But the problem there too is one of the greatest and easiest defense of AI generating software, like an image, for example, is to basically say, okay, you claim this is you. Show me the artwork or the picture of you here. Like, show me where you are in the model, how it found you, how it made you. Because otherwise, it's very difficult then to prove if that is the standard of evidence as well. And the issue too is that the courts still haven't come to a conclusion on this either. So it's a law without a legal basis. So again, like you said, he doesn't quite know what he's doing here. And I don't think the people who wrote this quite know what they're doing here. This is a rather complex topic that I don't think any of us are fully equipped to start talking about yet.
Well, we've heard of Melania Trump was a big proponent of this, says the new revenge porn law will protect children online. And that's the other aspect of this. Received strong bipartisan support, and some digital rights groups say it's too broad and could lead to censorship here. The First Lady championed the bill since her husband began his second term, arguing children need to be protected from mean-spirited and hurtful online behavior. So anyone who intentionally distributes explicit images without the subject's consent will face up to 3 years in prison. Yoicks!
And there's the problem too, the subject. Like, okay, now if the image explicitly looks like the person, like it's clear at first glance, then sure. But how do you prove that it was actually based on your data?
Yeah, like the likeness and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. These are all.
There's a lot of gray areas. So yeah.
Well, we have seen this. The idea, they talk about the witness teens and girls grappling with the overwhelming challenges posed by malicious online content like deepfakes. I mean, listen, I've said this many, many times. I have a daughter. She's 13 years old right now. No social media ever, right? Like that is talk about AI being a tool. Social media is a tool as well. That's a tool that no kid should wield, right? And that's a responsibility that no kid should have. And there's this direct correlation between specifically teenage girls and depression rates and their use of social media, because all you see on social media is positive whatever, and it gives you this this FOMO aspect of fear of missing out, and it makes you super self-conscious. So there's the depression rates are sky high for these kids who use social media, because they're always being compared to something else instead of just focusing in on living life. And that's tough, man. It's tough. Part of that's the parents' responsibility. Part of it's the kids. Like, why would you hand your kid a flamethrower that's it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and that's kind of how I feel about social media. I do feel, and I've said this before on the show, I think we're going to look back on social media, X, Facebook, and just the idea of smartphones in general for youth as the same way we look at cigarettes from the 50s, where doctors are like, hey, smoke those cigarettes. I think there will be a time where there is where you have to be a certain age to have access to those things. You have to be an adult. You have to be 18 or whatever to have access to X or Facebook. And technically it's in their terms of service. You have to be a certain number of age, but it's not really enforced. We all understand that. So I think there will be some sort of law in place, just like there is cigarettes. here in the States. So, but that's just me. Because I think we're gonna look back and be like, yo, what the fuck were we doing? And maybe that's 10 years from now, maybe it's 20 years from now, because those kids they got to grow up and realize that they got fucked up pretty good, So,
I agree. There should be a legal limit for social media. The problem is it's very difficult to enforce unless you install cameras that scan your face, etc. whenever you log onto the internet.
Right. Yeah, you're 100% right on that, for sure. But I mean, what's the old saying? The path through hell was paved through good intentions, right? I think the intentions here are very good. Will it be abused? 1,000%. It's definitely going to be abused, but that's just how people work, unfortunately. So, okay, we have a lot of supers. We got to get to those, and I'm sure a lot of them are talking about snowballs and shit like that. So, thanks in advance for that.
Thanks, Arch.
Tenarian says most modern day evils stem from people being too reliant on corporations. I try do my part to fight it, but not giving in to convenience culture. I make my own food and even started growing my own vegetables recently. Might get some chickens. Let's go, Tenarian. Well, once you get those chickens and you name one of them like Henry or something, and then you have to slice its neck, let me know how you feel about that. That's good. Thanks, Denarian. All right. We got some supers. Let's go get through those. But do we have any specifically for Arch here, Blabs?
I don't think they're specifically for Arch, no.
Okay.
Arch, Control F Snowball.
I'd really rather not.
No, don't. That's bad. Arch, if you want to bolt now, you absolutely can.
Save yourself.
Well, I'm in no immediate hurry, so I can stick around for a while.
He's like, let me hear the super chats about snowballing, okay? All right, Dropper Kuda says something horribly wrong. I don't ever want to know about Rule 34 on me. Thank you.
No.
Derelium says robot rights are human rights. This movement will happen a day.
Oh yeah.
Commodore fan says sorry.
Oh, it will. We're going to do that because there's far too many people who are going to look at the robot and think like, oh, it's a person. Like, no.
Right. It's my friend.
Commodore fan says we don't have enough elder caregivers as it is, so I could see these robots filling a lot of these roles as our population ages. Okay, I can see that. Future says the robots in the I, Robot movie look so generic, it is impossible to make humanoid robots that don't look like them. Keyrock says, I am open to getting a robot, but the fourth or fifth iteration, no way, my beta testing. That's fair. Luigi says, I asked Metatron what he thinks about lasagna soup. He said it would be okay with it, and he's more Italian than Blabs, Mario and Luigi, my cousins.
There you
Although
go.
he hasn't tasted it yet or knows what it looks like, needs to be invited onto Side Scroller so he can be enlightened.
Blabs hasn't tried him either, and at least he's open to it. That's the most important
That's
thing.
cool. I'm not having it. Remdog, I'm gatekeeping this shit. Remdog says, check out Ryan Hall, y'all, when he live streams weather events. His AI handles chats and has a personality. That's cool. Spoon says, AI is like a toaster. It's a great tool. 700 to 800 die using a toaster each year, and the odd person is beaten to death with a toaster. Don't blame the toaster. I actually know someone who smashed their head on a toaster. Fun fact. He was drunk and smashed his own head into it. He picked up the toaster and went, college, everyone. I have the video somewhere. Anyway. Antihero says, hey guys, is there any really base game studio? I thought about this question today and it came up with 0. Please tell me I'm wrong. Well, I feel like that's a different definition to everyone. Like, what's your definition of base, Right. So I can't really answer that one. But thank you for the super. Boog says, Craig, remember Go-Gurt? You mean the cream yogurt thing? It came in a long tube that you had to squeeze to get the creamy goodness out. You could do it with your hand or mouth. Anyway, Retromeister says, much like Robin Williams, James Earl Jones gives his final middle finger to Hollywood, Disney, and Kathleen Kennedy from Beyond the Grave. Base moment. But is it actually James Earl Jones AI, or is it like somebody else's AI of Darth
It
Vader.
it is him because
It
he
is actually
signed
his-
over the rights to
Okay.
his voice as Darth Vader, so it is
'Cause
James Earl Jones.
A lot of the new ones aren't actually James Earl Jones' voice. Like, so in like the new Ubisoft Star Wars slop, that's not James Earl Jones and stuff. Drop Barracuda says, at least I know AI will never snowball me. There
Wow.
says Jeff Arch and Kirshaw at the same time. Thank you. Lex says, nowadays, AAA means triple gay. Kirak says, I, for one, welcome our new AI overlords.
That's right.
Tim says, I'll see what I can do about getting you the contact. Reese says, new side scrollers merch, barf bags, only $1.50. Drop Barracuda says, is it gay to want a rib removed to reach?
Gross. Stop it, Drop. Who are you, Marilyn Manson? That was the rumor from the 90s. Remember that, Arch? Marilyn Manson got his rib removed so he could S his own D.
Yes, I remember this. Did we ever get it proved?
No, it was. I don't think it was proved.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway, Honey Badger says, sin with thy mouth needs to be a soundbite. So that says, to be fair, regarding a Gooner Bar, an underground themed pub where the staff is dressed as mob henchmen speaking in 50s mob lingo would be peak. Oh, it would be. You know how you have like the maid cafes and all that? Right next door to the maid cafe is like the mob restaurant where they're like, oh, I'm going to beat you up. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it'll be funny. Just
I was
saying.
just about to say that. Theme restaurants. We need theme restaurants.
Yeah, bring them back. The maid cafe is so much fun. Bush and Ryu says, would you buy a robot that can transform into a bike? Then you would ride that robot. No. Gaia says, ain't nothing gay about kissing the homies goodnight. Mercenary says, morning blabs, you're fired for bad games, and now I see why Arch Toy loves to bully Bloomy with feet. He is pushing his small feet inadequacy on her. Is this true, Arch? Is this why you bully her with her feet?
Well, first and foremost, it's not Luma anymore. She's transitioned. It's Larry now. We're
Okay.
making
Oh.
art even as we speak.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Didn't know. Good to know.
And she has grown significantly larger during her transition, so maybe.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for that.
Snooty says, Blabs versus series is hilarious. Rumble chat greater than YouTube chat. Slide scrollers for the win. What's up, chat? Hello.
Go. Thank you.
Bike Short says, disagree, Fluttershy best pony.
That's where you're wrong.
Game Hunter says, I desire a direwolf as my hunting companion. Well, you know, kind of can happen. Retro says, this silver dinosaur statue is the prime example of what is modern art trash that's specifically for modern audiences that came from that SpongeBob episode.
Okay.
Whis says, that woman is built like The Last of Us Part 2 Abby. Access to steroids and shit tons of protein.
Nice.
Dave says, what the... we got this one, didn't we?
We did. Yes. I think we're caught up right there. Yeah.
We're cleared now. Dave says we're clear.
Tenarian says, I'm Pharaohese. I raised my first sheep and slaughtered it at the age of 5. I'll end Henry the chicken if he so much as looks at me funny. Except, of course, I know better than the name animals who are destined to be killed. There you go, Tenarian. You know what's up. And Delta says, let's be honest here. Arch is upset he won't be able to get more Oscar the Grouch Rail and Katy Perry deepfakes. That's what... Is that right, Arch?
Oscar the Grouch and Katy Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, it's rough. Hey, go in her garbage can. Let's go. All right, let's get out of here. Time to roll.
Wait a second. Doesn't the garbage can mean like back end? So why would you want to go in the back end of Katy Perry? That's gross.
No, the front end doesn't look much better.
You know, that is fair.
On that
Time
note,
to go.
have a great day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We are 140 short of 1,000, so let's go to get that rookie number up. Appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up button. We'll be back tomorrow when we're back at it again. Big day tomorrow. Big announcement. Very big announcement. We look forward to sharing with you guys. Also, Critical Drinker joins the show tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in for that. So with that said, have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go and go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.